my name is Zoya Shaban. I'm a second-year fashion communication student at Ryerson University. I also work a little bit of freelance. I do freelance styling for editorial stylists. I do freelance writing for fashion journalism, and I do freelance PR for various shows and designers across Toronto and New York. I also grew up in Dubai, so I go back there pretty often, and I do work in there. So I dabble a little bit in the Middle Eastern fashion industry as well.
My name is Jackie Johnson. I am currently a student at George Brown College in my second year of fashion management.
Hi, my name is Mai Mills, and I am one of the co-founders of Blanc de Noir. So Blanc de Noir is a gender-neutral fashion line. Our first collection encompasses shoes, bags, and knitwear. We are a fashion startup, and we founded our company in 2014.
So my name is Alexia Pavlovic, and currently I'm in my third year at Ryerson for fashion design.
Fashion means so many things to me. I think one of the things is that fashion is almost like a creative incubator for every industry. In terms of interior design, automobile fashion influences everything. What I don't think fashion is something specific and something concise like many people assume it to be. I think it's a really broad and expansive concept that there's a lot to learn from it, and it really touches in every industry.
Fashion to me is definitely an expression. I think it's something that people turn to, based on their feelings, their mood, what they're into, to show off, their interests.
Fashion to me is a part of you. It's your style, it's how you express yourself, it's seen all around the world, and it's something that everybody understands.
I think what fashion means to me is the opportunity to express yourself. Fashion really is the first thing it's a sense of style, and style is something that it says it's your first impression for somebody else to see.
I think all the trends right now are, they're good trends. I mean, I like them a lot, they're wearable, but they're definitely things that I don't see staying for a while. But something that I do think will stay for a while is comfort fashion. I mean, I feel like once you've gone Birkenstocks, comfy sneakers and slides, it's really hard to get back into high heels and platform stilettos.
Right now, I think a popular trend it's kind of a recent thing that's come back is the bell-bottom pants and the culottes, which are kind of interesting because they kind of went off the market for a long time. It wasn't really a big fad, but now it's coming back into fashion. You see it a lot on the runways and stuff, and I think the style of sort of bell-bottoms is really feminine and really great for the fashion industry. I think it could die again because it's not as popular, but it's a good new trend right now. There's a lot of leather leggings going on right now, a lot of leather hats. I think leather will never die. I think ways that leather are fashionized, it will change, so maybe it won't be the leather leggings, maybe it'll be something else,
In terms of trends that I've seen come to the forefront of the fashion industry, and there's one that's obviously specific to Blanc de Noir, and that's the trend of gender neutrality. Unisex clothing that is functional, made for men and women, for all different body types, and it's not just an oversized, shapeless thing, but it's actually fashion that is functional and elegant and understated.
Yeah, so I would say there are some fads coming and leaving is a better term. Like the poncho, for example. It's come back and everyone's obsessed with it, don't know why, but it will definitely be leaving, I guarantee it.
In terms of the fashion evolution in Toronto, I think it's definitely come a long way. When I first visited Toronto in 2012, I was like, I don't know if Toronto's really a fashion city. But having lived here for 3 years, I really think that over time, Canadian designers have really showcased their work, like Matthew Gallagher, Michael Kael. Their works are breathtaking, and they really are up to par with designers in New York and Paris, and I really wish that more people were able to see that.
I'd say that fashion and its evolution started many, many years ago. Probably wouldn't be able to track when, of course, but if you look at the past century, from the 1900s to now, every decade has been a different style. You have a different silhouette where one is just a straight shift gown, the next is a full back. And you do see these things come into play again, like in the 2000s, but when you look at the difference from 2000 to 2010, it's very subtle, because now it's a world of picking whatever you want, and people aren't restricted to only wearing that. And now we have this freedom of choosing what we want to wear.
I think specifically fashion shows or fashion previews are really important to the industry and to the general public because they really set the tone of what's going to be coming in terms of fast fashion, in terms of architecture, in terms of interior design. I think it really gives a really nice preview in a short and succinct way on what you can expect for the future. It's also a great networking event for you to get to know people, get to meet people, get to meet designers.
I think they're very important. I think it's something that's definitely, because it's an art form, they utilize fashion shows to be able to showcase their art. A lot of pieces that aren't even in the stores that they place in the fashion shows. It's all just to show the designers' thoughts and ideas behind their motivation to create the line. So I think it's important for people to see that before the line hits the market.
The importance that I would place onto a fashion show is one of exposure. It really is your chance to be showy, to really establish the aesthetic of your brand, the feel of your brand, the tone of your brand.
I think fashion shows are essential to this industry because that's where you see the up-and-coming ideas and ways people think of the fashion industry, and it's always changing. Every fashion show is always different, and it's innovative, and it's a collection of one person's thoughts put into art, like in their own expression.
I think the publishing industry really is something of a great topic because especially with the advancements of social media and how quickly it is for information to be spread, I really find it extremely challenging yet exhilarating to see how the publishing industry keeps moving forward despite social media somewhat taking over their content.
I do think that fashion magazines dictate style in a sense, but unfortunately magazines are dying art, which is very sad. But
I think magazines are staying pretty popular. I think a lot of people have to, in the fashion industry specifically, like no matter what kind of media we have, it's always nice to look at a hard copy print and really take in the work that's gone into it as far as the marketing, the fashion end, you know, everything that's put into it is really good to know, like to learn.